Well, on the 20th of January, Donald Trump will return to the White House as Joe Biden steps down, marking a significant shift in the U.S. leadership. As Trump prepares for his second term, experts predict challenges both at home and abroad. Meanwhile, Biden leaves behind a legacy of key achievements but also faces criticism for many policy decisions. DD India's Mihir Maikuri has more on this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next President of the United States, President Donald J.
On the 20th of January, Donald Trump will step back into the Oval Office while Joe Biden exits. This change of guard at the White House is poised to reverberate far beyond US borders. Experts warn that Trump 2.0 could face a range of challenges both domestically and internationally. Addressing key concerns such as inflation, job creation, and workforce issues will be at the top of Trump's agenda. With inflation still a major worry for many Americans, Trump is expected to focus on reducing government spending and boosting domestic energy production.
But it's a political victory.
Trump 2.0 could also lead to detainment and mass deportations of illegal migrants. Geopolitical issues like tensions with China or the Russia-Ukraine crisis require Trump to outline a strong but a measured foreign policy approach addressing both national security and economic concerns. And on climate change, Trump could propose practical solutions like expanding renewable energy alongside traditional energy sources. But this moment also presents an opportunity to assess the legacy Biden leaves behind for his successor. Biden's administration had its share of successes. On his first day in office, Biden rejoined the Paris Climate Agreement, reaffirming America's commitment to addressing climate change. The $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan provided much-needed relief to Americans impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, including direct payments and extended unemployment benefits. The $1 trillion Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act focused on rebuilding critical U.S. infrastructure, funding projects ranging from road to clean energy. Biden's extensive COVID-19 vaccination campaign saw millions vaccinated, playing a key role in curbing the pandemic's impact. The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 sought to ease inflation by addressing drug prices, healthcare costs, and boosting clean energy initiatives. Biden also oversaw significant job growth and a notable decrease in unemployment. On the international front, Biden worked to restore and strengthen alliances with NATO and Quad and other democratic nations, reaffirming multilateralism. However, Biden's tenure also faced significant criticisms. The withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021, marked by chaos and a swift Taliban takeover, sparked a humanitarian crisis and widespread criticism of the evacuation process. Despite successful vaccine distribution, the administration's messaging on mask mandates, booster shots, and travel restrictions created confusion and backlash. High inflation and economic concerns led to rising living costs, a major issue for many Americans. Immigration and border security challenges plagued Biden's administration, particularly with the surge in illegal immigration and difficult conditions at the US-Mexico border. The Israel-Hamas conflict during Biden's presidency drew international scrutiny, with some claiming the US response was slow and insufficient. What lies ahead for America will depend on how the incoming administration navigates both domestic challenges and complex international relations. Mihir Maikuri's report for DD India.
And for more, we have Shubhendu Ghosh joining us. Well, Shubhendu, Trump addressed a victory rally yesterday ahead of the inauguration. Tell us about the highlights of the speech, as he's claimed his tenure to have a most extraordinary first 100 days of any presidency. And will Trump's brand new day statement bring significant changes to US?
Good morning, Lipakshi. Well, yes, a big day for America as many experts say second era of Trump is set to begin. By the time the inauguration takes place, given the time difference, it will be 10:30 p.m. approximately tonight when that inauguration takes place. Talking about that victory speech, we see a reiteration of the key point that really brings him back to the office the second time. In about 230 years of American history, only second time that a president who's lost an election has then again returned to the White House. In his speech, the greatest focus was on the issue of illegal immigration, of border security. He goes on to say that the borders are going to be closed immediately for all illegal immigrants. We also get references to his other priorities in the speech. He speaks about unearthing the liquid gold under the American soil, referring to clearly fossil fuels. And we will see a cut in the climate regulation and the manner in which fossil fuels could be utilized and be in focus again of the American administration. He also talks about revoking and repealing a number of what he calls radical and foolish signatures and acts by the Biden administration. So we may see a number of reversals of what the Biden administration's managed to achieve, particularly in the last few days. Donald Trump also goes on to talk about the manner in which Make America Great Again, that slogan appears a significant number of times in his speech. So broadly, we see those reiteration of all the points that he promised during his campaigning, and this was his victory speech. He also spoke about the grand nature of victory that was achieved by him, which is also historically in many ways as a Republican leader. So in that sense, all eyes now on the manner in which these promises, these slogans will translate into actions. About 100 to 200 executive orders are expected, many experts say, on day one after Donald Trump takes charge.
Right, Shubhendu. Also, in addition to immigration, Trump vowed emergency action as far as TikTok is also concerned.
That's right. There's been a lot of interest around the manner in which TikTok legislation has played around. We know that yesterday, just a day before, after the last day of Biden administration, TikTok had gone off air, saying that the law of the land does not permit them to operate normally. But then an assurance came from Donald Trump that he's likely to repeal, he's like to give them some window of operation before a final deal could be negotiated about the manner in which TikTok could prevail. And we saw that in a matter of hours, TikTok again returned to the American users. So in that sense, what Donald Trump decides on TikTok, it will take some day. It will not happen in just a day. There may be a few days period when a final decision is taken. But his decision and his poise is different from what the Democrat leader had
Absolutely. Also, Shubhendu, very quickly, if you could tell us how might Trump's promise to impose severe immigration restrictions and release classified documents impact his administration's relations with both domestic and international communities there?
Well, that is the most ambitious decision and action that he will have to undertake, the part about illegal immigration. He had promised getting America rid of, pushing out some 11 million illegal immigrants. That's a huge number. There is still no plan in place about where these immigrants will go. He does say that there would be a certain third country where these immigrants may be pushed to, but that deal still has to take shape. So in that sense, recognition, identifying these immigrants, rounding them up, sending them out, this could be one big action. The manner in which it is carried out would also invite a lot of global attention.
Right.
So in that sense, it's a challenging task ahead. About the release of those classified documents, what those documents contain would in fact determine the manner in which they're taken, Lipakshi, once they're out in public domain.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shubhendu, for all those details.